Hello, good morning. As we discussed in previous video, OBSC first on the topic conservation of linear momentum and conservation of angular momentum. So today we will discuss on conservation of energy. If we consider the resultant of all forces, that means the total force applied F to a particle of mass m between 2 points first and second, we define the work done by this force on the particle by W12 will be equals to integration 1 to 2 f dot dr. We rewrite the integrand as f dr f dot dr is equals to m dv by dt dot dr by dt into dt is equals to m dv by dt dot v dt. Therefore, m by 2 d by dt v into v dot v into dt is equals to m by 2 d by dt and v dot v becomes v square into dt, and this will be equals to d by d into half m v square. This equation is 1.24. Since equation 1.24 is an exact differential, we can integrate equation 1.23 and find the work done on the particle by the total force. 1.23 is this equation. And find the work done on the particle by the total force. W12 is equals to half mv square integration limit integration 1 to 2. This will be equals to half m v2 square minus v1 square, means after taking upper limit minus lower limit. This will be equals to half m v2 square means t2 minus half m v1 square means t1, where t is equals to half m v square is the kinetic energy of the particle. The particle has done work when W12 is less than 0. Similarly, we can also define the potential energy of a particle as the work required from the force F to transport the particle from point 1 to point 2. When there is no change in its kinetic energy, we call this type of force is conservative. For example, gravity, that is integration 1 to 2 f dot dr will be equals to u1 minus u2. Where u1 is the potential energy at point I, ui is the potential energy at point I. The work done in moving the particle is simply the difference in the potential energy at two end points. Equation 1.6 can be expressed differently if we consider f as being the gradient of the scalar function u, that means the potential energy, F will be equals to minus delta U. This equation is 1.27. The potential energy is therefore defined only within an additive constant. Furthermore, in most systems of interest, the potential energy is a function of position and time. That means U is equals to U R T. R is the position vector, T is time. Note the velocity R dot. Okay. We now define the total energy E of a particle as the sum of its kinetic energy and potential energy. That means E will be equals to T plus U, where T is kinetic energy and U is potential energy. The total derivative of E will be dE by dt is equals to dt by dt plus du by dt. That means kinetic energy का differentiation and potential energy का differentiation. Since we know from equation 1.24 that dt will be equals to F dot dr, then dt by dt is equals to F dot dr by dt. This will be equals to F dot R dot. R dot means differentiation of R. On the other hand, du by dt is equals to summation I curly u by curly xi curly xi by curly t plus curly u by curly t. This will be equals to delta u dot R dot plus curly u by curly t. Inserting equation 1.30 and 1.31 in equation 1.29. 29 means 1.29 means this equation. In this equation we use the equation 1.30 and next 1.31. After putting the values we find that dE by dt is equals to F dot dr plus delta u dot R plus R dot plus curly u by curly t, where F dot R is from equation 1.29 we see dt by dt. That means here F dot R is dt by dt and this is this value of curly u by curly t and this value from this. Okay, now it becomes F is equals to F plus F plus delta u dot R dot plus curly u by curly t and this will be equals to curly u by curly t, because the last step is justified because we are assuming that F is a conservative force. That means F is equals to minus delta u, means here when we put F is equals to minus delta u, then this term becomes 0 and this will be 0. So we have only curly u by curly t. furthermore for cases where u is not an explicit function of time, we have curly u by curly t is equals to 0 and de by dt is equals to 0. That this equation will 1.33. We can now state that the energy conservation theorem as the total energy of a particle in a conservative field is constant in time. Finally, we group the three conservation theorems that we derived from Newton's equation. That means in last video we have learned about the conservation theorem for linear momentum and conservation theorem for angular momentum, and today we discuss about conservation theorem of energy. Means first is the total linear momentum p of particle is conserved when the total force on it is 0. This is the conservation theorem for linear momentum. And the second is the angular momentum of particle subject to no torque is constant. This is the conservation theorem for angular momentum. And last is the total energy of a particle in conservative field is a constant in time. Okay, this was the all about the mechanic of a particle. Next, in the next video we discuss on the mechanics of a system of particle or the conservation theorems of a system of particles. Okay, thank you for watching this video.